Welcome. I'm truly glad you're here. What we're about to talk about today could protect your heart and your life.
If you're over 60, this one small habit could silently raise your risk of heart failure while you sleep. No warning, no pain. Just one moment your heart is managing, and the next it's struggling to pump enough blood, leaving you breathless, tired, and swollen. As a heart doctor, I've seen far too many older adults go through this, and not because of smoking, poor diet, or lack of exercise, but because of something they thought was helping: vitamins. Yes, really, vitamins. Every day, millions of seniors take supplements hoping to protect their bones, boost their energy, or keep their memory sharp. And while many do help, some, especially in high doses or taken at the wrong time, can quietly put your heart in grave danger. Today, I want to walk you through 5 common vitamins that may increase your risk of heart failure, fluid retention, or severe strain on your aging heart, especially during the early morning hours when your heart is most vulnerable. If you've ever taken vitamin D, E, B6, A, or niacin, this video might just save your life. Before we begin, I'd love to know, have you ever questioned whether your vitamins could be doing harm? Type 1 in the comments if you're curious to learn more. Type 0 if this is all new to you. And if heart health matters to you or someone you love, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Health 365 for honest, science-backed tips made especially for older adults.
Now, let's start with the most surprising one of all, vitamin D. What you don't know about it could turn a good night's sleep into a dangerous one for your heart. You've probably heard that it's good for your bones, your mood, even your immune system, and that's all true in moderation. But here's something most seniors are never told. Too much vitamin D, especially taken at night, can quietly raise your risk of heart failure. I know that sounds shocking, but I've seen it with my own patients. Take Mr. Walter, for example, a 74-year-old retired Navy vet. He was sharp, disciplined, and took his health seriously. Every morning, like clockwork, he lined up his supplements, including a 10,000 IU vitamin D capsule he bought over the counter. He believed he was protecting his bones, but what he didn't realize was that this simple routine was slowly pushing his heart towards silent overload. One morning, his wife found him gasping for air. His legs and ankles were alarmingly swollen, and he couldn't lie flat without coughing. Heart failure. Overnight. His labs showed dangerously high calcium levels, stiff arteries, and his heart was struggling to pump efficiently. The culprit? Vitamin D toxicity. You see, when you take high doses of vitamin D, especially without medical guidance, it causes calcium to build up in your bloodstream. This excess calcium can deposit in your arteries and even in the heart muscle itself, making them stiff and rigid. This stiffening forces your aging heart to work much harder to pump blood throughout your body. Over time, this constant strain can weaken the heart muscle, leading directly to heart failure. The scariest part? There are no warning signs. You go to bed feeling fine and wake up with your life forever changed. And here's something you may not know. Many over-the-counter vitamin D supplements in the U.S. contain far more than older adults actually need. 5,000 IU, 10,000 IU. People take these every day thinking more is better, but studies show that even 2,000 IU daily may be too much if you're not deficient. Let me say this clearly. If you're taking vitamin D, especially along with calcium or heart medications, it is crucial to get your blood levels checked regularly, and always take it in the morning, not before bed. Do you know how many IUs your supplement has? Type D in the comments if you're taking vitamin D right now. Let's open the conversation. And if this made you think twice, give this video a like to help others find it too.
2. Vitamin E, the hidden strain on your heart's pumping power. Now, if that surprised you, just wait. The next vitamin is one many people take for heart health, but in older adults, it can lead to something even more dangerous, a decline in your heart's ability to pump effectively, contributing to heart failure. Let's talk about vitamin E. Vitamin E, often called the heart helper. If you've been taking it for years, you're not alone. Many people over 60 add vitamin E to their routine, hoping it'll support their heart, improve circulation, maybe even boost memory and skin health. But here's the part that doesn't make it onto the bottle label. Too much vitamin E, especially when combined with common heart medications, can increase your risk of bleeding or even silently impair your heart's function, pushing you closer to heart failure. Yes, even if you're doing everything right. Let me share a story I'll never forget. Mrs. Evelyn Brooks, 81, a retired librarian from Ohio. She was sharp, witty, and always had a book in her hand. She had a heart valve issue and was on warfarin, a common blood thinner. Her doctors monitored everything closely. Her blood work was fine, her pressure was stable, but one day she picked up a bottle of natural vitamin E she saw advertised in a magazine, 800 IU per capsule. "I thought it would help my memory and circulation," she told me. 3 weeks later, she was rushed to the ER with severe fatigue, swollen ankles, and extreme difficulty breathing. Her heart scan showed fluid around her lungs and a significantly weakened heart muscle. Her heart was failing, not because of high blood pressure, not because of a sudden attack, but because the combination of warfarin and high-dose vitamin E had created an imbalance in her system, stressing her already delicate heart. Here's what most people don't realize. Vitamin E in high doses works like a natural anticoagulant. While this can lead to bleeding, its interaction with blood thinners can also make those medications less effective in some ways, or create an environment where the heart is working against itself. For an aging heart already managing conditions, this subtle imbalance can be the tipping point towards heart failure. And get this, the recommended daily intake for older adults is just 15 milligrams, about 22 IU. Yet most supplements on store shelves contain 200, 400, even 1,000 IU per capsule. No warnings, no consultations, and many folks take them every day for years. Mrs. Evelyn survived, but she now lives with chronic heart failure. She told me through tears, "I just wanted to help myself. I didn't know I was doing harm." And that's the part that breaks my heart, because she's not alone. So many seniors think if it's a vitamin, it must be safe. But the truth is, not every vitamin is safe, especially when you're on heart or blood pressure meds. You must talk to your doctor before adding anything new. 3. Vitamin B6. Nerve damage that weakens your heart. Now, if the idea of a failing heart wasn't scary enough, there's another vitamin people take for nerve support and energy that can quietly damage your nerves, and sometimes permanently, including those vital nerves that control your heart. Let's talk about vitamin B6. Vitamin B6, the one often labeled as a nerve support or brain booster, you might have seen it in those bottles at the pharmacy claiming to help with energy, focus, or even memory. And maybe someone even told you it's good for aging nerves. But here's what most seniors are never warned about. Too much vitamin B6 can actually damage your nerves, sometimes permanently, including the intricate network that regulates your heart's rhythm and strength, potentially leading to heart failure. Let me tell you about Mr. Harold Jenkins. He was 76, a retired truck driver from Kansas. He came into my office because his feet felt numb, his hands tingled, and he was experiencing unexplained shortness of breath, even at rest. At first, he thought it was just age. Then he started having dizzy spells, and his heart rate would inexplicably speed up or slow down. When I reviewed his supplements, I spotted the issue right away. He had been taking a nerve support formula for over a year.
The label said it supported brain health and circulation, but inside each tablet, 100 milligrams of vitamin B6. And he was taking 2 tablets per day. That's 200 milligrams daily, over 10 times the recommended safe upper limit for seniors. Now here's the scary part. Unlike some vitamins that flush out in your urine, B6 builds up in your system over time. And in older adults, it can damage the protective coating around your nerves, like stripping insulation off a wire. This damage extends to the autonomic nervous system, which controls involuntary functions like your heart rate, blood pressure, and even the force of your heart's contractions. The result? Irregular heartbeats, fluctuating blood pressure, and a heart that struggles to adapt, all of which can severely strain it and contribute to the development or worsening of heart failure. What's worse, the symptoms creep in slowly. Many people think it's arthritis or aging or early dementia, but really it could be B6 toxicity, a slow, preventable kind of nerve damage caused by a pill meant to help. And it can be permanent if not caught early. Mr. Jenkins was lucky. We stopped the supplement, and the damage didn't get worse, but he now requires ongoing management for his heart rhythm and fatigue. He told me, "I just wanted to protect my brain and my nerves. I didn't realize I was poisoning them and hurting my heart." Let's be clear. Vitamin B6 is important, but in very small amounts. Older adults only need about 2 to 10 milligrams per day, and that includes what you get from food. But many nerve support pills sold online or in stores contain 50, 100, even 200 milligrams. That's not just unnecessary, it's dangerous. So if you're taking any supplement that says nerve, brain, or energy, check the label, know your numbers, and type B6 in the comments if you've taken a supplement like that or know someone who has.
Number 4. Vitamin A, excess pressure that taxes your heart. Now you might be thinking, at least some vitamins like A must be safe, it's just for eyesight, right? Well, not exactly. Let's talk about vitamin A. If you're like most older adults, you've probably heard that vitamin A is essential for good eyesight. Maybe you've even taken it for your immune system, skin health, or because someone said it helps you age gracefully. But here's what almost no one tells you, especially if you're over 60. Too much vitamin A doesn't just sit quietly in your system. It builds up, and over time, it can create excess pressure and metabolic strain within your body that directly impacts your heart's function, potentially leading to heart failure. Let me tell you about Miss Dorothy Simmons. She was 79, a retired piano teacher from Oregon. She loved music, taught students from her living room, and took pride in staying independent. But one day, she started getting headaches. Then came the blurred vision. Then the dizziness, and her feet began to swell significantly, and she felt constantly tired. Her family feared the worst, perhaps a stroke or kidney failure. But when we ran her scans, something surprising showed up. Not a direct organ failure, but a body under immense internal pressure due to vitamin A toxicity. She'd been taking a high-dose skin and eye supplement for over 5 years, nearly 10,000 IUs per day, every day, without realizing it. Here's the key difference. Vitamin A is fat-soluble. That means your body stores it in your liver, your tissues, and other vital organs. It doesn't flush out like vitamin C or B. And as we age, our liver slows down, so that buildup happens even faster. When there's too much vitamin A in the body, it can lead to symptoms that mimic heart failure, such as fluid retention and fatigue, because the liver and other systems are under strain, increasing the workload on the heart. The symptoms? Headaches, blurred or double vision, dizziness, nausea, and critically, fluid overload and chronic fatigue that push an aging heart towards failure. The tricky part? Many multivitamins already contain the full recommended dose of vitamin A.
But some people, like Ms. Dot, unknowingly double or triple that by adding skin, eye, or anti-aging formulas on top. The safe upper limit for seniors? Roughly 2,500 to 3,000 IUs per day, and that's only if needed under medical supervision. But many supplements sold online contain 5,000, 10,000 IUs or more taken daily for months or years. It's easy to see how the damage builds up. Ms. Dot is slowly recovering, but she now requires ongoing monitoring for fluid balance and heart function. She told me, "I thought I was doing something good for my body. I never imagined it could hurt my heart." And that's why I share her story, because it's not about scaring anyone. It's about making sure you have the facts so you can protect yourself and your independence.
Now, if you thought eyesight vitamins were risky, wait until you hear what happens when a vitamin meant for cholesterol and heart health suddenly puts immense strain on your heart's ability to function. Let's talk about niacin, vitamin B3. Niacin, also known as vitamin B3. It's often praised as a natural way to lower cholesterol. Some doctors even prescribe it. You'll also find it in heart health supplements, energy drinks, and fortified cereals. But here's what's often left out of the conversation, especially for older adults. Niacin in high doses can quietly cause severe swings in your blood pressure and even push your heart into failure. Let me introduce you to Mr. Frank Miller. He's 82, a retired postman from Florida. He came to see me with a strange mix of symptoms: hot flashes in his face, a pounding sensation in his chest, dizziness that came and went every morning, and unexplained leg swelling. His wife thought it was anxiety. His son blamed it on his blood pressure meds. But the real cause? Something no one had thought to check. Dennis had been taking an over-the-counter heart health supplement. The front label said, "Supports cholesterol and circulation." The back, 1,000 milligrams of niacin per serving. He was taking it twice a day. That's 2,000 milligrams daily, over 60 times the amount most seniors actually need. Here's what happens when you take niacin in high doses. It causes your blood vessels to suddenly expand, which is why your face may flush or feel warm. But shortly after, those same vessels snap back and constrict. That sudden tightening and relaxing creates a yo-yo effect on your blood pressure, severely stressing your heart. This constant fluctuation forces your heart to work harder to maintain stable blood flow, and over time, this can lead to the weakening of the heart muscle and the development or worsening of heart failure. Dennis experienced symptoms of early heart failure directly related to these pressure swings. He thought it was a fluke. I had to tell him the hard truth. His daily supplement meant to help his heart was quietly exhausting it. And he's not alone. Many seniors take high-dose niacin without even realizing it. They buy flush-free or extended-release forms online thinking it's safer. But even those versions can still raise blood pressure, trigger atrial fibrillation, an irregular heart rhythm that can lead to heart failure, and affect blood sugar levels. Here's what you need to know. For older adults, anything above 50 milligrams of niacin per day should be used only under medical supervision. And if you have high blood pressure, heart rhythm issues, or are on medication, please check your labels. Dennis is now off niacin. He's recovering, but he requires medication to manage his heart failure symptoms. He told me something I won't forget. "Doc, I thought I was doing everything right. I didn't know I was gambling with my heart."
Real food, your heart's protection without the risks. So now that we've walked through 5 common vitamins, each with the power to quietly harm the heart, you might be asking, what should I take instead? Or better yet, what should I eat? Let's talk about real food, the kind that protects your heart without the risks. By now you might be wondering, if these vitamins can be risky, what should I do instead? It's a great question, Because the truth is, your body wasn't designed to run on pills. It was built to thrive on real food, whole, natural, nutrient-rich food that your heart recognizes, absorbs, and uses in just the right amounts. Let me tell you about Mrs. Margaret Wilson. She's 73, a retired school principal from Arizona. When I first met her, she pulled out a drawer full of supplements. Vitamin D for bones, vitamin E for heart, B-complex for energy, niacin for cholesterol, a multivitamin, and a few others for brain support. "I'm doing everything right, Doc," she said. But she was feeling dizzy in the mornings. Her ankles were swelling and her blood pressure kept climbing. There was something that wasn't adding up. So we did something radical. We cleared the clutter. One by one, we took away the pills and replaced them with food. No magic diet, no fancy program, just simple whole foods at the right time in the right combinations. Here's what her breakfast looked like. 1 boiled egg for clean protein, half an avocado rich in healthy fats, a slice of whole grain toast for slow, steady energy, a handful of blueberries loaded with heart-protective antioxidants, a glass of room-temperature water to hydrate the body. Sometimes she added a few walnuts or almonds. That's it. No powders, no pills. Just food. Real, recognizable, nourishing. Within just a few weeks, Maggie noticed a difference. Her dizziness faded, her blood pressure stabilized, her swelling decreased, her energy returned, and she told me her heart felt stronger than it had in years. Here's why it worked. Your heart needs hydration, healthy fats, consistent fuel, and micronutrients in their natural form. It doesn't need megadoses. It needs balance. Some of the best foods for older adults include leafy greens like spinach and kale, rich in folate and antioxidants, fatty fish like salmon or sardines full of omega-3s to protect heart cells, berries for polyphenols that reduce inflammation, nuts and seeds for vitamin E, magnesium, and heart-healthy fats, whole grains to keep blood sugar stable and support circulation. And remember, these foods don't just protect your heart. They support your bones, mood, and mobility too. You're not just eating, you're healing with every bite.
Awareness is the best medicine. At this stage in life, every choice matters more. And the truth is, it's not the pills you take, but what you understand about them that truly protects you. Your body at 60, 70, or 80 doesn't process supplements the same way it did decades ago. Even well-meaning habits like taking vitamins can quietly backfire if you're not careful. That's why awareness is your most powerful medicine. You don't need to fear vitamins, but you do need to respect them. Read the labels, ask your doctor, and listen to your body, especially when it whispers. If any part of this video spoke to you, tell me in the comments, what's one change you'll make starting tomorrow? If you found this helpful, give it a like to help others find it too. And please subscribe to Health 365 so we can keep learning, growing, and staying strong together. You're not alone on this journey, and you're never too old to take back control of your health.